Letter 158 to the Lady Busbie. See Letter 133. Christ all worthy and best at our lowest, sinfulness of the land, prayers. Mistress, I know that ye are thinking sometimes what Christ is doing in Zion, and that the haters of Zion may get the bottom of our cup and the burning coals of our furnace that we have been tried in those many years bygone. Oh, that this nation would be awakened to cry mightily unto God for the setting up of a new tabernacle to Christ in Scotland. Oh, if this kingdom knew how worthy Christ were of his room. His worth was ever above man's estimation of him. And for myself, I am pained at heart that I cannot find myself disposed to leave myself and go wholly into Christ. Alas, there should be one bit of me out of him, and that we leave too much liberty and latitude for ourselves and our own ease and credit and pleasures, and so little room for all love-worthy Christ. Oh, what pains and charges it costeth Christ ere he get us, and when all is done, we are not worth the having. It is a wonder that he should seek the like of us, but love overlooketh blackness and fecklessness. For if it had not been so, Christ would never have made so fair and blessed a bargain with us as the covenant of grace is. I find that in all our sufferings, Christ is but reading marches, that every one of us may say, mine and thine, and that men may know by their crosses how weak a bottom nature is to stand upon in trial, that the end which our Lord intendeth in all our sufferings is to bring grace into court and request amongst us. I should succumb and come short of heaven if I had no more than my own strength to support me. And if Christ should say to me, either do or die, it were easy to determine what should become of me. The choice were easy, for I behoved to die if Christ should pass by with straitened bowels. And who then would take us up in our straits? I know we may say that Christ is kindest in his love when we are at our weakest, and that if Christ had not been to the fore in our sad days, the waters had gone over our soul. His mercy hath set a period and appointed place, how far and no further the sea of affliction shall flow, and where the waves thereof shall be stayed. He prescribeth how much pain and sorrow, both for weight and measure, we must have. Ye have then good cause to recall your love from all lovers, and give it to Christ. He who is afflicted in all your afflictions looketh not on you in your sad hours with an insensible heart or dry eyes. All the Lord's saints may see that it is lost love which is bestowed upon this perishing world. Death and judgment will make men lament that ever their miscarrying hearts carried them to lay and lavish out their love upon false appearances and night dreams. Alas, that Christ should fare the worse, because of his own goodness in making peace and the gospel to ride together. and that we have never yet weighed the worth of Christ in his ordinances, and that we are like to be deprived of the well ere we have tasted the sweetness of the water. It may be that with weary eyes and a wet face and wearied feet we seek Christ and shall not find him. Oh, that this land were humbled in time, and by prayers, cries, and humiliation would bring Christ in at the church door again, now when his back is turned towards us, and he is gone to the threshold, and his one foot, as it were, is out of the door. I'm sure that his departure is our deserving. We have bought it with our iniquities, for even the Lord's own children are fallen asleep. And alas, professors are made all of shows and fashions, and are not at pains to recover themselves again. Every one hath his set measure of faith and holiness, and contenteth himself with but a stinted measure of godliness, as if that were enough to bring him to heaven. We forget that as our gifts and lights grow, so God's gain and the interest of his talents should grow also, and that we cannot pay God with the old use and wont, as we used to speak, which we gave him 7 years ago. For this were to mock the Lord, and to make price with him as we list. Oh, what difficulty is there in our Christian journey, and how often come we short of many thousand things that are Christ's due, and we consider not how far our dear Lord is behind with us. Mistress, I cannot render you thanks as I would for your kindness to my brother, an oppressed stranger. But I remember you unto the Lord as I am able. I entreat you to think upon me, his prisoner, and pray that the Lord would be pleased to give me room to speak to his people in his name. Grace, grace be with you. Yours in his sweet Lord and Master, Samuel Rutherford, Aberdeen, 1637.